Good evening. We're on the 38th floor of the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino, overlooking the scene of the Sunday night massacre. This is the view Stephen Paddock had when he opened fire on more than 20,000 people at a country music concert. When it was over, 58 were dead. From here, you can see the festival grounds still littered with the debris and belongings of victims and those who fled the scene in panic. You can also look right into the sniper's nest, where, throughout the day, federal investigators could be seen taking measurements in the window from which the gunman opened fire, room 135 on the 32nd floor. The president flew by this building today as he came here to comfort victims and meet with first responders. And FBI agents interviewed Paddock's girlfriend today as they search for a motive for the attack. John Blackstone begins our coverage.
This afternoon, Marilou Danley was questioned at the FBI's Los Angeles field office. Danley returned voluntarily last night after visiting her native Philippines, taken from the gate in Los Angeles in a wheelchair and met by federal agents. Authorities say she is key in helping to piece together what motivated Paddock. In an interview with Australian TV, Danley's sisters, whose identities were withheld, said Paddock himself had sent her out of the country before he carried out his massacre.
Because Steve is not here to talk anymore. Only Marilou can maybe help.
Investigators are also going through Paddock's two homes and crime scene evidence from the hotel suite. They recovered a total of 47 firearms overall, 24 of them from his hotel room, some seen here in these pictures. Jill Snyder of the ATF told CBS's Nora O'Donnell that Paddock had been stockpiling weapons for years.
How many firearms were purchased in the last year?
He purchased 33 firearms, majority of them rifles.
That didn't set off a red flag anywhere in the ATF?
We wouldn't get notified of the purchases of the rifles. We would only get notified if there was a multiple sale, which would be 2 or more handguns in an individual purchase.
Go back! Go back! Police body cam footage from the moments during the attack show the firepower the officers faced and how they tried to help civilians.
Get out of here! There's gunshots coming from over there!
The gunfire continued for more than 9 minutes. SWAT police stormed Paddock's suite on the Mandalay Bay's 32nd floor.
Breach.
About an hour after the shooting, and found Paddock dead of an apparent gunshot wound. Paddock was a regular at the gun shop near his home in Mesquite, Nevada. He bought 5 guns here.
This is a bolt-action rifle.
Including a bolt-action rifle 3 days before the shooting, says General Manager Christopher Sullivan.
Over coffee, I was having a moment in myself thinking that I may have very well been the last person to shake hands with that man.
Marilou Danley's attorney said late this afternoon she had no idea he was planning the rampage. The thousands of dollars he wired to her in the Philippines, she said, was meant for her to buy a home there. Danley thought Paddock was planning on breaking up with her. Anthony?
John Blackstone, thanks.